Hello, welcome back to the World of Unusual. I'm your host, Chris, the Keeper of the Unusual, and today I have two very special guests with me. I have Mel and I have Monica with me. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Now, just a bit of background. Mel is not really a big fan of true crime or anything ooky spooky or anything like that, but me and Monica have had lots of conversations about Ted Bundy, ghosts, and so on. So I thought I'd bring them both on the podcast. Hopefully you guys are on future episodes. I would love to have you on. But today we'll be talking about the Amityville Horror case. Now, Mel, you're not too familiar with it?
No, but I want to learn.
Okay, and Monica, you are?
I am.
Yeah,
I've looked into this.
Yeah, we briefly had a bit of a debate on a certain thing that we're going to discuss. Now, the Amityville Horror, it was pretty much started off with Roy DeFeo Jr. Killing 6 members of his family in November 13th, 1974. And he just went on a murder spree. Pretty much he killed both of his parents and he killed his siblings along with it. And supposedly after he waited, he went down to the local bar and said, "My family's dead." And then they're like, "Oh, okay." And then he was later charged with the murder because he confessed to it.
At a bar.
No, he confessed to police afterwards because he said that because of his father was connected to the Gambino crime family. Mm-hmm. He was an associate, and he said that he called some maid man a cocksucker or something, and he pretty much said, "Oh well, they just whacked my family," right? So at one point, that's the story he was sticking with, and later on, he confessed to police that "Oh no, I'm the one that killed my family." So he said, I don't know, Trace, Monica, you know this, but he said that it was the house that actually told him to kill his family. And he said a hooded figure came to him when he was in the basement tripping on acid, and handed him the rifle that he used.
Yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and...
do you agree with it?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
Well, why do you agree with it?
Well, first of all, what's all our point of views here? What's your take, Mel?
I'm just here to instigate.
You're just...
Yes, she's...
All right. I want to see what I'm working against here. So, Chris, what...
I don't know any of this. This is the first time I've ever even heard that.
Okay. So, Chris, what's your take? Well, what do you feel about that?
Well, after he confessed to everything, he was on acid. There were reports that the father was a tyrant.
Yeah.
He beat the shit of his wife. He beat the shit of his sons. He would often then just shower them with gifts, saying, "Okay, this will go away." Mm-hmm. Well, there was a point where both of his parents brought Roy DeFeo Jr. To a psychologist, and the psychologist turned to the parents and said, "If you do not get him the help he needs or have him committed, he is going to kill you. No joke, he's going to kill you."
So the psychologist told him that. Told his dad that he killed.
Yes, both of his parents, and he tried to leave at multiple points, but the father disconnected the battery from his car, so he was stuck there. And then after that, obviously, he committed murders where he killed his father, mother, and I hit the wire, and all of his siblings in the house that night on November. And but the weird thing is, after that, the house sold.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Go in order, though. So, what were you talking about in the beginning? What did you believe?
If we believe that, while he was on acid, a hooded figure came and told him in the house and told him to kill his family. I believe that.
Well, now that you're telling me that a psychologist told him that he was nuts, why wouldn't you believe that?
No, I think he was mentally deranged. I think he was later, diagnosed with antisocial disorder, if I remember.
Or was it borderline?
I think it was borderline. I'm not quite sure. I would have to double check.
Well, then he probably did see something then.
Well, if you're tripping on acid, but a lot of people don't have I don't know. I've never done acid, but a lot of people don't have physical visions that can interact with things.
So is the debate really, was it the drugs that made him hallucinate, or was the house actually possessed? Right?
Well, I'll get to that a bit further when we actually get into the haunting itself, because right now he confessed, whatever, so then the house sold to George, the Lutz family,
Yep.
was it?
The Lutz family, yeah.
The Lutz family, for I think it was they got a deal. I think it sold for like 80 something, but they moved in. They actually had a conversation saying, Monica's showing me a picture of Roy DeFeo Jr.
Yeah.
So
Antisocial.
yeah, antisocial. So they had a conversation saying, "Hey guys, like there was a murder in this house. Are we all cool moving in?" And obviously he said, "Yeah, we're fine. We're not superstitious. Like fuck it. Like it's fine. Like it's just memories."
Oh wow.
Yeah, like Mel, would you move to a house that had a gruesome murder?
Yeah.
Place.
But what if you got it like for really, really like dirt cheap?
It could be free. I'd pay not to move in.
My sanity means more, right?
No.
Yeah.
So
Feel you.
so they all moved in, and then apparently slowly strange things started to happen. Like George was waking up at 3:15 every morning, which was the time that Roy DeFeo Jr. murdered his whole entire family.
So they started reporting shit happening in this house.
Yes.
And they had the face to report shit happening when they were told people got killed in the house.
Yeah, like they had a conversation saying, "Hey, like a murder happened. Are we all cool moving in?" And the family's like, "Yeah, we're fine." Apparently, like there was like flies on the wall. The father said he went outside one night, looked upstairs, and he saw his daughter looking out the window, and there was like two glowing eyes behind her, and he quickly ran upstairs, and no one was there. His daughter was fast asleep.
He was too slow.
Yeah, maybe. He said that there was like at one point there was like in the house there was like it was like a marching band. He said that was like going through the house, and when he went downstairs, he found all the furniture moved as if someone moved everything.
We needed him today.
I know.
Also, I never heard of this, but apparently there was a room in the house that they found that was all like boarded up, and it was painted red, and it smelled of sulfur.
Was this in the basement, or was this like in the house, like the main floor?
Oh, it was the
upstairs?
basement.
Oh, it's the basement. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard of it, Monica?
Yes.
And they actually tried to bring the family dog down there, and the dog wouldn't go. Like it kept whimpering and whining. It would not go down to the basement. Like,
And they didn't move. They just stayed there.
Yeah,
All this shit's happening, and they're just chilling.
yeah, like someone recommended to the household of the Lutz, the father, saying, George, like get a priest in here to bless the house. So they got a priest in there to bless the house, and that's when the whole flies were happening. He said he heard a voice saying, "Get out." The classic horror movie trope.
Yeah.
And he said, I was blessing the house, and there's a room in there. Don't go in this room because it's like evil and blah, 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 blah. So,
Yeah, bye.
yeah, so all this stuff started to happen.
And they stayed.
Yes. Now, I'm not quite sure when Ed and Lorraine. Yes,
no
I know.
way.
I know. But
This is insane.
She's
So-
in disbelief.
This is insane.
Chris.
so this is when Ed and Lorraine Warren got involved and started investigating the whole case. Now, Monica, I don't know. Do you know more about this than I do?
Regarding their involvement,
Yeah, in the Amityville Horror.
honestly, it's really all I know of is based off the movies, but we know like some of that can be a little fabricated as well.
Yeah, like oh God, I should have looked into a bit more. But I know they got involved. It was one of their quote unquote famous cases that
Yes.
they did.
So what did they find?
Well, they looked around. There's actually they had like a whole bunch of people come into the house. They had psychics. They
Yes.
had ghost hunters come in. Zach Baggins was around at that time. We'll get Tim in a bit.
Yeah.
And there is a famous photo that was taken by a photographer in the Amityville Horror
Yep.
house of he took a picture, and he was the only one on the floor. And if you look at this photo, you see a little girl poking her head out, looking right at him. But
I've seen it.
yes, but Monica has some sad news. That actual photo is actually debunked. That was a little girl that was running around up the stairs, apparently. So
Okay.
So, yeah, Edward Warren, I don't know, it wasn't like the movies where they did this whole grand, like, exorcism in the house or whatnot. So, there was a night where the Lutz family literally just, something happened where to this day, they haven't talked about it. And they just moved out of the house. They left all their things behind. It got sold at auction.
Well, they lasted longer than I would.
How long did they end up living in that house?
Oh, I'm not quite sure.
You're right. For all the shit to be going on.
Seriously.
Yeah, I forgot when the event actually happened. I don't
I'm
have
going
it.
to look it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they literally just moved out of the house, and then it got sold to somebody else. All their furniture got auctioned off. I don't know if it was foreclosed by the bank or whatever.
Yeah.
But then another couple moved in, and they didn't experience nothing at all.
They were medicated.
Now, a lawyer that was representing the Lutz family in a book deal and whatnot, they had a falling out. So he came forward and saying they made the whole thing up to drive sales and to get them like on the map.
This guy who had a book deal with the Lutz?
Yeah, he was their lawyer. Let me see if I can find it in my notes.
And by the way, they stayed in the house for 28 days.
Oh yeah, that is a long time.
They stayed 28 days longer than I would.
28 days later. That's why that's a horror movie, Goodness.
Yeah, the lawyer's name was William Webster. He came out in 1979 saying that they made everything up of the Amityville Horror, like the house and whatnot.
Could I say something?
Yes, you can.
I mean, if this is his lawyer, the Lutz's lawyer, and he's admitting to them saying that this was all fake, isn't he in the wrong as well? Like, why is this being said at the time of the falling out? Why did he even represent them if they were lying?
Well, I think at the beginning he was representing them like for book deals and interviews, and I don't know if they wanted more money. I forgot what it was, but they just had a falling out and said, "Okay, you are no longer our attorney." So then he came forward saying, "Oh yeah, they made everything up."
Sounds convenient.
Yeah, it does. Like, again, no one has experienced anything. It's not like the Conjuring home where people to this day you can go to the Conjuring home and there's a lot of the Lizzie Borden home or the Axe Murder house, which you can experience.
But there are documents that these people were killed in this house.
What, the houses I just mentioned?
No. The Amityville Horror House.
Yeah, it was murder.
So that did, in fact, happen in that house.
Yes, he went around.
That's haunted.
How?
Period.
How?
How is it not? You just killed 5 people in a house. And it's not haunted.
Well, not every place that you kill someone is haunted.
Sorry.
Like,
Haunted.
I would believe maybe...
The lawyer wanted money.
Yeah.
I would believe maybe
He was butthurt that he got fired. I agree with that.
Maybe, who knows? But maybe if I were to believe, maybe in there's something called the stone tape theory, where when an event happens in a place, they say that it gets recorded on, say if the house is made of stone or whatnot, it gets recorded into the stone, and when people see apparitions, they're seeing just a recording of that person's day.
Call it whatever you want to call it. I don't want to see a clip. I don't want to see ghosts. I don't want to see... It's haunted.
Oh, I do.
That's it. Nope.
Yeah, that's the difference between Mel and Monica here, and me. Me and her love to see, talk about this stuff, and Mel is just well, I don't want to talk about it.
No, I'll talk about it, but I mean, I'm not going to go and experience it. I'll talk about a ghost, but I don't want to see one.
Why? Then we could debunk this whole theory right now.
No.
Let's do it.
Have fun.
Road trip.
I think the Amityville Horror House was for sale for $1.3 million US, if I remember right.
As of recent?
I have no idea if it's sold.
I think it actually might be. Look it up.
I think I saw last it was on sale for $800,000.
Oh, $800,000? Wow, I was off.
The market dropped.
Yeah.
Wow, I was
recession.
I was
with
off.
a free couple ghosts.
Yeah,
why not?
5 people living in there.
Yeah, well, it has a boathouse. It's a huge thing.
But do the 5 people pay rent?
I have no idea. You would have to ask them. But there's not really much to this haunting other than the whole kaplooey of Hollywood and everything.
No,
And
5 people got murdered in there. It's haunted.
So, based off what I see, it was last sold in 2017 for $605.
And who lives there now?
Good question. I don't know. Has someone bought it since 2017?
I'm not quite sure. I was really way off for $1.3 million
This
or something.
article is as of yesterday.
Oh, as of
wow,
yesterday,
that's
it's
so
sold.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, synchronicities.
Yep.
Wow, that is creepy.
Hey, it was meant for us to spit facts today. Yeah, it doesn't really say who's staying there, but 2017 was when it was last sold.
Well, imagine if it was a private sale. They want to be like, "Hey, I'm going to open up as an Airbnb. You can come stay here."
That's true.
Nope.
But again, there's not that much.
So sorry. So now that I'm listening to all this, we decided not to talk about this until today.
Yes.
So you believe that it's not haunted,
No, I don't believe it's haunted.
and you're normal and believe that it is.
That's why we're on the other side
So
of the
you
table.
think that 5 people being murdered in a house is a completely normal white picket fence home that the Joneses could friggin' live in and nothing's gonna happen?
Leave It to Beaver was filmed
No.
there.
Well, there was a murder that happened, yes, and in the home, but obviously, like, I don't know how it is in the U.S., but they have to disclose that during the sale of the
You
home.
have to here too, yeah.
Yeah. By the
Where
way,
was this?
New York.
New York.
yeah, it wasn't was it Rochester or something? Rochester, New York?
So, yeah.
Isn't that like a really swanky part of New York or something?
I mean, I wouldn't go there.
By the way, just for context, guys, me and Melissa are Canadians here, and our friend Monica's an American, so that's what I asked her. And to our American listeners, if you have trouble understanding me, there are going to be subtitles for my Canadian accent.
I need it sometimes as well. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but this house is actually on the south shore of Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's a really okay.
it's a pretty good area, yeah.
But I don't know, like other people have moved in there
Haunted.
and say that they haven't experienced anything. And actually, it was asked of Lorraine Warren, how come like other people moved in and they haven't experienced anything? And her response was, some people are more closed off than others, and other people are more open to the stuff.
Well, I think your mind can also like force you into shit though. If you're stubborn, no, it's not. Just like this guy right here. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. You're gonna make an excuse for every little thing that you hear. Mind you, you could also like say that for people like me too that would not do it and think that it's haunted. But if you're convinced that nothing's in there, you're gonna make an excuse for any little thing that happens. You're gonna make yourself not see anything.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Like sometimes your mind can play tricks on you, and you can convince yourself that every single little sound is like a ghost.
Okay, so you guys were talking before. I'm gonna now go right back to the beginning.
Okay.
You were saying that the house made him do it. Go back to that. You went off track a bit. You guys didn't end up finishing that discussion.
So I'm not too familiar with it, but what was the history of the house before the DeFeos moved in? Was there any history?
No, just nothing. They were like George DeFeo was quote unquote. I think he was a sanitation officer.
Yeah.
There's not much known about the mother. Like he, again, the father was like an abusive man. He would beat the crap out of his family. His wife, the wife actually left him a few times, and he was actually a singer apparently.
Oh.
There was no history of like any violence or anything.
Prior to them moving in?
No, nothing.
And there was nothing about the land? Like sometimes it's usually on a burial ground or like some shit like that. Nothing that we know of, right?
Nothing.
It's hard for me to believe that there's nothing up with this house. When you look at all these symbolisms, right? So like 3:15 is when he killed his family. 3:15 is known as that hour of when Jesus died on the cross. He
The
died
witching
at
hour.
3:15. Sorry?
It's called the witching hour.
Yeah. But it's also
now every time I look at my freaking phone, it's gonna be fucking.
Oh, that's like the time you don't go to the bathroom at night.
Oh, thanks.
You didn't know that? Like sometimes
No.
I wait till 4 a.m. then I go.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to know what's going on in there.
Seriously.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Well,
Yes.
the Lutz has also said.
Tell me this.
Well, the Lutz has also said the experience, like the 3 knocks on the door, which
I
is.
don't even want to know what that means because now every time I fucking hear this, it's gonna be in my head. No.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but hey, I'll knock twice when I come over
There you
next
go.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Just don't even knock. Come in.
No, we have sage. We can just sage the place if you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, we have all that crap. Also, like the turning of the crosses, right? The upside down, the disrespect to,
Did they say they experienced that in the home?
I think.
Or is that more the movie?
You're right. Maybe that could have been the movie. I wouldn't be surprised again if it was otherwise. It's just too much of coincidence. This man goes and just like shoots up his whole family, and we don't think there's any possession in that house.
There's something.
Yeah.
Well, there has to be. Again, I could be wrong. People are going to probably be listening to this going, no, it is haunted, whatnot. But
I
again,
think you are wrong.
well, yes,
He
thank you.
killed
No.
5 people.
Well, I'm trying to think of an example of something I can't think of any right now. But to me, it's good to have a bit of a skepticism when dealing with the paranormal, anything that goes ooky spooky, because you can rationalize it, not to right away be like, oh, it's a ghost right away, right? So again, there's really not much to the haunting itself, other than what the Lutz have said.
The lawyer paid him.
But the thing is like, how can we dismiss this whole family massacre just because one family didn't experience it?
No, I'm not dismissing it. Like,
Okay.
Roy DeFeo Jr. was a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
he took a Marlin, it was a 30-30 rifle, and walked around and killed his whole entire family.
Shot them in the back.
Yeah, but the strange thing is, though, a 30-30 is a loud rifle. Like, when that round goes off, it is loud. But people say that night they didn't hear anything.
Good insulation.
Possession.
A lot of people say, quote unquote, demon forces were protecting the home.
Also, yeah, but like also, right? You're going to each room and killing these people. He didn't draw them in a line and shoot them all. So how did they not hear the shootings and try to escape?
That's the one thing too. Like, no one
Right?
woke up. Like, the kids were actually found on their side, on their stomachs, sleeping.
Yep, and 100%. I saw, the murder, like the murder scene pictures. They were all shot in the back, right? They didn't see it coming.
Yep.
But how the hell do you not hear that? Like, I don't know who's a heavy sleeper here, but I would wake up with that sound, like you said.
Well, yeah, but that's true. Anyway, like, Roy DeFeo Jr., he was a piece of shit. Like, I think he did pass away. He's not alive anymore. I think he's dead.
Oh yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone.
but like, even on interviews, like he was interviewed, and he's like, there's one interview where he's yelling at the guy that was interviewing him, and he's like, all you fancy people with all these degrees, you can't answer one fucking question how I did it. Like, you can't answer, can you?
Who said that? DeFeo?
Yeah, DeFeo.
Shit.
And the reporter's like, I just asked you a question. He's like, well, I'm coming back at you with an answer.
Because he has more sass than Mel.
Oh, God.
Goodness.
But I think we're running this episode a bit too long. But that's the Amityville Horror. Again, like, I just wanted to cite my sources. One big source was Last Podcast and Left. They did a really awesome episode on the Amityville Horror. I actually had the pleasure of seeing them live, which was awesome.
Oh, cool.
And I think there was some other murder website that I got most of my other information off of. And yeah, so until next time, guys, hopefully Monica and Mel will join me for the next episode. And yeah, so that's it for this episode. So until, guys, don't forget, please subscribe and rate and leave a comment on iTunes. More stuff will be dropping on my feed hopefully soon. But until next time, guys, don't forget to always stay unusual. Say goodbye, guys.
Later.
See ya.